Well, good afternoon to you from Hiroshima, as the home side look to take another major step up the J-League today. Last season's runners-up, Sanfrecce, have started the new season well and are making good ground at the start of the new season, returning to winning ways in midweek with an important victory after a setback of last weekend. But it's been a good start to the season for Mikkel Skiba's side, and a victory against the league leaders Kashima Antlers, putting them back on track after a defeat at Kyoto Sanga last time out. Today they take on a Cerezo Osaka side who are still finding their feet, I think it's fair to say, at the start of the new season. Change in manager with the Australian Arta Papas coming in to take the reins. New system, new style, new way of thinking. What they have done is had to replace Leo Serra as well, who has made that move to Kashima and is scoring goals there. And bringing in Rafael Ratau, who has hit the ground running at the start of his Cerezo career, scoring goals at a very, very healthy rate so far. And now it's a question of whether they can pick up where they left off in midweek, because they've had a couple of wobbles of late. But a victory against Fagiano in midweek sets them up nicely for today's meeting. Well, here come the two sides, led out by Yoshiro Imamura. As ever, the EDION Peace Wing is very healthy populated. Great crowding, great atmosphere as well that has been building. As the home side look to go one better this season, with 3 games to go of the last campaign, they were top of the pile, having won 10 of 11, and then a horrible run into the end of the season where they won 1 of the last 4 games, enabled Vissel Kobe to pass them at the top. Now, with the new signings they've brought in to bolster them in midfield and up front as well, the challenge for them is to try and win the J-League. And they are one of the favourites, and if you bear in mind the start to the season the likes of Yokohama and Vissel have had, well, many people's tip for the title right now, and that victory against Kashima Antlers emphasising that Sho Sasaki's side do have what it takes this season if they can sustain it over the course of the campaign. Well, there's plenty of talent on display, plenty of new faces at the start of this new J-League season, but the likes of Sasaki and co, well, they're the ones you see every time you come here to this stadium, and great servants to the club. And there's the newest of all, Valère Germain, who has come in, the Frenchman. Keisuke Osako as is usual in goal. There is a change at the heart of the defence today. Tsukasa Shiotani is ruled out through injury, so Shuto Nakano, who we normally see playing a right wing-back role, steps in at the heart of the defence. Daiki Suga will play on the left-hand side, signed from Consadole Sapporo in the off-season. He'll play against his former teammate Lucas Fernandez today. Germain and Germain are 2 of the front 3 with Maeda. They are, of course, without long-term knee injury victim Tolgay Arslan, who was the find of the second half of the season in Japanese football last time around. That's why Germain Valère, the Frenchman, has been brought in. Tolgay Arslan is out, we expect, for the full season. He's now back in Germany having surgery on that knee injury he sustained a few weeks ago. Well, we've already seen Yoshi Imamura, and there's Takafumi Mikuriya with Yoshikazu Matsuwaya, who will be in the VAR booth. And here is the Cerezo Osaka side. Of course, Koki Fukui and Shinosuke Hatanaka were injured at the weekend, so Kim returns in goal. Made his first appearance for the club back in 2009. Ryoya Nishio comes in at the heart of the defence as well. And the only other change from that victory in midweek comes just in the forward line, where it's all Brazilian today. Lucas Fernandez, the former Consadole Sapporo player, comes in on the right-hand side alongside Thiago Andrade and Rafael Ratau. Well, it's a well set up unit. Shunta Tanaka as the anchorman, another former Consadole player. And there is the new man, who's taken charge at Cerezo. He was the assistant to Ange Postecoglou at Yokohama F. Marinos when they won the title 5 years ago. Mikkel Skibber went so close to winning the title last time around. Who will have the edge today? Well, it's a beautiful day in Hiroshima. It's been a pretty beautiful weekend throughout. And Cerezo, who clawed their way away from the basement dwellers of the J-League with that victory in midweek, took themselves up to 14th with 9 points. Another victory today would be very, very welcome against the side who can go top with a win. 8 games in, I know it's very, very early stages, but that's what is at stake for Sanfrecce today. We are underway in the EDION Peace Wing in Hiroshima. The home side Sanfrecce in their home colours, the purple shirts, take on Cerezo Osaka in the change colours today of all white. Both sides victors in midweek in the J-League, and looking to build on that as they go head-to-head in Hiroshima today. It would be fair to say that the home side are overwhelming favourites for the game. As we say, a couple of setbacks prior to that victory against Kashima just the other day. Kashima, who build everything on their sensational home record. Now that's come off Shontotana and Nakano, and it will go behind. Just took a little bang on the way through, did the defender who's coming today. That came off the arm as well of Araki. And an early corner here for the visitors inside the first minute. Lucas Fernandez will go to take. They load up with Shindo and Nishiu joining the attacking players inside the penalty area. Shindo, the player who's coming today for Hatanaka, was such a good signing to pick him up from Yokohama F. Marinos in the off-season. Another of the new signings, Lucas Fernandez with the corner. It's into the near post where it's headed away by Valère Germain. Lucas Fernandez tries again. It's only half away. Thiago Andrade. And his shot was rather leaning back in the end. Way, way over the top from Sota Kitano. He's been everywhere over the last few years. There's Arthur Papas, the Australian, very, very popular #2 when he was at Yokohama F. Marinos, most recently in Thailand at Buriram. Taking the opportunity in the top flight of Japanese football as he took over from Akio Kogiku. Actually officially given the job at the end of December to prepare for the new season, although I think it was known for some time that he would be coming in. Lucas Fernandez has done well against his former Consadole teammate Suga there. This is going to come to Okuda, away by Sasaki. Struggling to get the ball out at the moment. Clever little touch by Thiago Andrade. It's over the top of Rafael Retao. Osaka couldn't get the ball away. Lucas Fernandez again. And Daiki Suga doing well. There was a nice embrace between the two before the game. And once the game kicks off, nothing at all. Going head-to-head against each other. And teammates last season in Sapporo. But of course, with Consadole going down to J2, and they stay in the top flight. And both got decent moves, a number of that Consadole side got good moves, and of course we talk about the talent of Shunto Tanaka. 27-year-old who anchors this Cerezo midfield, having been a virtual ever-present during his time in Sapporo, over 150 appearances for the club. Kitano playing a lot more centrally today. It's drifted out of play before Lucas Fernandez can make the chase and get onto the ball. So say he was a little in and out in his time in Sapporo, looking to establish himself firmly in this side. And dropped down to the bench for the last game in midweek, back in the starting lineup today. Been in Japan since 2019 when he made that move to Sapporo. 5 seasons there. Ryojamin. An incredible start to last season he had in the J-League. He was a Jubilo player. 19 goals in total. He had threatened it in the second tier the season before. No one, I think, saw that start to the season he made when he was in double figures practically at this stage of the campaign. That's beautiful from Rafael Retal. Won't come for Thiago Andrade though. Doesn't really give Maeda much to work with. And Nobuhiro Sato will get the ball away with the help of Nishiyu here. Lucas Fernandez. It's just a little behind Thiago Andrade. I had to find someone to replace Leo Serra. It wasn't the easiest thing to do given his goal scoring record here, but also previously as well. And he started so well in Kashima. And it's just about a goal a game at the moment. And Rafael Vital handed the unenviable task, really. He has contributed with goals. Added to Thiago Andrade, of course. He made that move, having been such a big part of New York City's side in the MLS. Time in China with Shenzhen. And Arthur Papas and the team have brought him now to Osaka. And they started the season so well that everything looked rosy for them when they won the Osaka derby 5-2 on the opening day of the season. Pretty despairing since then, until that was in midweek. That's a good ball for Ryojamin. He's going to need support. Nishiyu holds him up well. The support took its time to arrive. That's nicely worked. Well, the white shirt's getting back well. Thiago Andrade. Rafael Retal. Lucas Fernandez will chase. Sasaki is the defender, and he's caught him quite high. He'll do well not to get a yellow card here, will the Sanfrecce captain? He is going to get a yellow card. Knew straight away when he didn't get the ball, he caught the man. No complaints at all from Sho Sasaki. An early yellow card for the Sanfrecce captain. Always has been the ultimate competitor. There's 3 yellow cards in the first 8 games of the season, by the way, for him. Got his record number last season when he picked up 6 over 38 games. He's well on the way there after a handful of games. Well, again, they send Shindo Nishio forward from the back. Lucas Fernandez is okay to deliver. Oh, it's the header at the near post by Rafael Hetao. Had a lot to do to hit the target. Always so difficult when, one, you're in front of the near post, and two, you're so far out to score from there. It's been a good return. 3-6 in the league. A goal in the cup as well. Nishio and Noborizato trying to get that ball away to Thiago Andrade. Noborizato was just a little careless. Side are going to go long here. It's towards Rio Germain. It was a very good header away. That'll be a foul and a free kick. Satoshi Tanaka just appeared to lose his footing as he went in for the challenge. It made it look a little ungainly there. He slipped just prior to it and he falls into Sota Kitano. Problem as well for Tanaka inside the penalty area. He got a bang on the head. Cerezo captain should be okay. It's the ball that hit him more than anything. That was then where the challenge came in from Satoshi Tanaka. There's more than one reason, of course, that he's been labelled as the new Wataru Endo. Very similar in the way they play to the captain of Japan. I think the small matter that both have come through the ranks as well, that Shonan Bellmare and done so well, would be another major reason as well. But similar in size, stature and build. Sasaki is on the wrong end of a challenge from Lucas Fernandez here. So one for the Sanfrecce skipper. We talk about players who are unlikely to stay down unnecessarily. Well, he's one of them. Mikkel Skibber, you could see, had a moment of concern to see him down. Tough character, good leader. And he himself has been the one who said that this season they can't think about what happened at the end of last season. One win in the last handful of games, costing them the title, allowing Vissel to sneak through after winning 10 of 11. Ultimately, it would end in disappointment on the final day, as Vissel beat Shonan Bellmare to win the title. Actually lost on the final day, Sanfrecce, but by then it was all over. They were praying for a miracle on the final day, which was a Vissel defeat at home to Shonan, and for them to win. In the end, it was fairly irrelevant because they didn't win themselves. Lost away 3-1 at Gambur Osaka. Well, he's had quite the introduction to life as a Sanfrecce player. Valère Germain. course, it wasn't his fault, of course. He came into the side to play in the Asian Champions League. Made his bow against the Lion City Sailors. And Sanfrecce produced a memorable performance to win the game by 6-1. Lion City then put in a complaint to say that Germain was ineligible to play in the game as he was suspended from his previous clubs. Oh, that's given away. And the ball was by Rio Germain. Won't find Maeda. Harmlessly through. And so from winning 6-1, Sanfrecce ended up with a 3-0 defeat. He's been outstanding in the game as well. Here's Andrade, lovely ball. Across goal it goes, Lucas Fernandez. That's an outstanding counter-attack from Cerezo, who find themselves in front. And Sanfrecce were just carved open. It was Thiago Andrade who led the charge, but what a clever little run by Kitano. And Lucas Fernandez got in front of Sasaki. It's a really, really nice goal. Beautifully made by Kitano and finished by Lucas Fernandez. Delight for Arthur Papas and his team. Delight for Lucas Fernandez, who puts the visitors in front a quarter of an hour into the game. His first goal of the new season. Set himself the target of scoring more goals. He's always been a player who should score more goals when he plays in those wide areas. He has played centrally in the past. 3 last season, none the season before. It's only the 7th goal he scored in the last 3-4 seasons now. Sasaki. Fernandez trying to pick his pocket. Satoshi Tanaka. That's towards Rio Germain. It's a lovely ball. He's got Maeda waiting in the middle. Rio Germain does really, really well. Across goal it goes. It's 1-1. It's as easy as that. And it's 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes. Marvellously made by Rio Germain. He was so calm to deliver the ball. Just here he could have played early, decided to wait, stepped away from the attentions of Rio Nishio, and just calmly played it across goal. And it was the simplest of slots in the end to level for the home side. He still had a little bit to do, Naota Arai, but squeezed it in between goalkeeper and post. And Cerezo's lead lasted 2 minutes. The perfect response from the home side. Tarai, who really contributed from the wing-back position last season. That's his first goal of the new campaign. Bearing in mind as well that he spent much of last season coming off the bench because of the emergence of Shuto Nakano. It was so outstanding. Morai, who was forced to play almost a supporting role over the second half of the season. Really nice finish. It's been a good start, good tempo about the game. Good response from the home side, having gone behind. Sasaki will go back to Cerezo Osaka. Nakano. He's drilled that straight at Lucas Fernandez. Little ball in towards Rafael Raitao. It's a risky effort. Oh, it's very nearly a second goal as Kitano hit the shot. He's been bailed out a little. Nakano there. The offside flag was up anyway. Lucas Fernandez probably guilty of holding the ball too long. There was a risky touch by Nakano inside the penalty area there. That's another ball that's played forward, but watched by Nishiu. Inevitably, they will miss Tsukasi Shiotani, who has got such an important role in this Sanfrecce side. Whether he plays as the holding midfielder or whether he plays as one of that back three. Missing today. Shiotani, wonder how much longer he's got to go on. He's 36 now, of course. Takes a little longer to recover from those injuries when you get to that age. Araki, Sasaki. Osaka goes downfield, but delivers the ball straight at Okuda. Shunta Tanaka. Kitano. Lucas Fernandez. Soya Kitano again. Nakajima can't quite find Thiago Andrade. It might be a little late from Rafael Raitao. Well, it's going to be a yellow card as well for just leaving his foot in for the Brazilian. Well, given the number 9 shirt, there wasn't much in it in truth. Had a really good time in Europe with Slovan Bratislava and Toulouse before returning to his homeland with Bahia. And then making that loan move to replace Leo Serra. He was primarily a winger in his younger days. Given license to play more centrally over the last few seasons. Enjoyed it, scored a lot of goals. Sasaki. We're past the midway point of the first half now. Cerezo went in front, but clawed back very, very quickly. Borizato doing well to get the ball away. Thiago Andrade couldn't keep it. Germain. Kawabe back towards Araki. Kawabe again. Just looking to open the game up here for Daiki Suga. Sasaki very advanced here. Sasaki himself will take the throw. Rafael Leitao's in the way. Thiago Andrade won't find a white shirt. The ball will find its way back to Osaka in the Sanfrecce goal. The 25-year-old now firmly established in the national setup. Along with Zion Suzuki, who is now very much first choice, and Kosetani. Not such a great year, of course, as the #1 at Matchweek Zelvia. And joined from Cerezo Osaka, one of the 3 goalkeepers, and really Osaka has taken over in the squad from Daya Meikawa. On by Suga. Satoshi Tanaka, it's a lovely little ball. Maeda. It will be a throw for the home side. Just trying to get themselves on top in this game. Been very, very even so far. Suga again. Satoshi Tanaka. That's a little short. Nicely played by Rafael Leitao. Thiago Andrade. He's going on his own here. Well, he's well held up by Nakano. Arai can't clear. That's nicely charged down. The goal scorer from the man who made the assist. Well, Michael Skibber's side back into the game, having trailed. Talk about the start to the season Cerezo have had. I mean, the disappointing start, but Kitano and Rafael Leitao both right up there in the scoring charts. Kitano with 4 and Leitao with 3. Goals a little more spread round for Sanfrecce. A little bit too big for Shunta Tanaka. Nakano. Here he is again. I'm so used to seeing him raiding up and down that flank from fullback. More conservative role as one of the back 3 for the 24-year-old today. They're giving the ball away very carelessly again. Lucas Fernandez, he's looking for support, he's going to need it. And Sasaki just waited for him to make the error and nick the ball from him. Thiago Andrade. Strike is from distance, but dragged by Nakajima. Not his best effort. Well, he was thrilled. The side took the lead, clawed back very quickly. Lucas Fernandez's goal cancelled out by Naoto Arai. Rio Germain, lovely first touch. He's nothing if not persistent. And the ball goes back to Kim Jin-hyun in the Cerezo goal. Always feel like we should put the great Kim Jin-hyun when we talk about him, given the extraordinary amount of games that he's played in the top flight of Japanese football and in the colours of Cerezo. He's approaching 600 appearances now since signing in 2009. Lost his place in midweek, of course, only to come on as a 92nd minute substitute. And restored to the starting lineup today. Forward by Sasaki, but back to Kim again in the Cerezo goal. That's a lovely touch by Kitano. Lucas Fernandez. Now will he go on his own? He does! Oh, he's hit the frame of the goal. What a brilliant effort. Deceived everyone, including the goalkeeper, you think, here. Brilliant touch from Kitano. Now just watch the goalkeeper's reaction here. That's over. I mean, that's either incredible judgment or a lack of. Took a big chance leaving it there. We'll go with the former, shall we? And say it was really well judged by the goalkeeper. Not too many goalkeepers who would be letting that fly from there, though, particularly when it hits the crossbar like it did. He's a cool customer, this Cerezo Osaka. I'm not entirely sure that anyone else would have just been happy just to let it fly by. Lucas Fernandez did catch it beautifully as well. Really good effort. And very nearly a second goal for the visitors. Nakano. Araki. It's overhit for Maeda. Let's see what they were trying to do. A strange couple of years as Naoki Maeda. Think about the clubs he's played for and where he's been and what he's done. That's nicely done. Kitano will get it back here but won't keep it. Although it was very risky on the edge of the own penalty area to try and play like that and keep the ball from Arai. And just on Maeda, he made that move to Urawa for the start of the 2024 season from Nagoya Grampus. He'd been, of course, at Utrecht in the Eredivisie for that little spell as well. Well, very quickly moving on from Urawa, having started the season in an Urawa shirt. Picked up by Sanfrecce. Noberosato tried to strike for goal, but it was well charged down. Arai was in the way. Noberosato. That's not a good ball. Well read by Kawabe in the middle of that Sanfrecce midfield. You almost feel it's not quite clicking today for Sanfrecce. The one moment it did click, they got the equaliser. Marvellously made by Hiroshima. That's a good challenge on him by Nishiu. Shunta Tanaka. There's the Cerezo captain again. Mirozato was a very clever little run to bring the ball out and get out by Shindo. And to play away. Gitano takes up such good positions. Thiago Andrade. Gitano won't pick up on the loose ball. Away by Kawabe. Rio Jimen. We're back with Nakano. 10 minutes to go until half-time in the Peace Wing. This fantastic new stadium, the newest in the J-League, opened at the start of last season. And so close to being a new stadium with a new trophy. As they went so close to winning the league, Sanfrecce, last season. Here comes Cerezo again. The ball was a little behind, but this is Lucas Fernandez. That's his cross, or the header out of nowhere was by Rafael Reitao, but again, didn't have much to work with. Well, Sanfrecce won the Super Cup at the start of the season when they added to the woes of Wiesel. I think it's fair to say, though, that Wiesel had a very big Champions League game a couple of days later. Played very much what could be described as a fringe side in the Super Cup final, whereas Sanfrecce went very, very strong and won the game at a canter, really. Of course, this season, the first season of Sanfrecce in 21 years without Toshihiro Ayama, the 39-year-old who retired at the end of last season after playing 500 games for the club. Andrade just caught Sasaki, who slid in to make the challenge. Good defending. Andrade was just making some purposeful ground. And they have looked to threat Cerezo going forward. In truth, they have in every game they've played this season. Lucas Fernandez. It's just over the top of Rafael Reitao. Kawabe looking after the ball really, really well. Well, put under a great amount of pressure from Nakajima. It's a little bit too heavy for Maeda. And the wonderfully colour-coordinated Kim will get us moving again. Did extraordinarily well to find gloves the exact same colour as his boots. He's 37 now, is the goalkeeper. "16 years he's been here at Cerezo, shall we say. Incredible career. He's 38 in July. And every time you look at his career appearances down the years, he's always there. That's a strike from distance, got a touch on the way through off Le Germain, well wide of the target in the end. from Satoshi Tanaka. Here's the counter-attack again. It will find its way through. Rafael Leitao, Thiago Andrade took a touch where perhaps one wasn't needed. And Osaka comes to make the save. Thiago Andrade again. Kitano, Tanaka, Nobuhiro Zato. Well, another moment of concern for the home side, who have given up chances in this game so far. On by Okuda. Lovely touch, Kitano! It's the wrong side of the post. And given the start to the season that he's had, you're almost surprised he hasn't scored there. Delightful little player. Just seems to get better and better. Doesn't turn 21 till August. But he has a clutch of clubs waiting in the wings for him from Europe, if he does decide to follow that path that's been well trodden over the last few years of Japanese players over to Western Europe. Have done so well. Soya Kitano at the age of 20 is as exciting a talent as there is right now. He did spend a couple of weeks last July in Almere in the Netherlands. So it was great for his development, his learning, his understanding of what's required from him. Almere, who are well adrift at the bottom of the Dutch league, the Eredivisie right now. And just goes to show the amount of clubs that would be there to take him should he decide to move to Europe. That's nicely done. But Kawabe couldn't quite keep the ball. Here's Rio Germain. All right. Araki. Sasaki. Tanaka was just bundled into the back of by Kitano. He disagrees. Satoshi Tanaka was fouled. Played together at Japanese youth level, those two. And Tanaka just a year or so older. It's a nice ball made. Will be crowded out by Nobuhiro Zato and Nishiu. The idea was good, just couldn't quite take it in. That's a ball that's delivered, but is half away by Nobuhiro Zato. Arai across goal. An important clearance away by Shindo. Away by Thiago Andrade. Araki almost got away with a heavy touch there. Sasaki. We're heading towards stoppage time at the end of the first half in the EDION Peace Wing. It's been a really good game. It's all square at the moment. A couple of minutes to add on at the end of this first half. Maeda, Arai. Nakano, keep ball from the home side. Ball was a little short, well seized upon and well read. Rafael Retao again. Can't quite return the ball to Catano. The challenge was a little too physical. One thing we've had in this game is it's been competitive throughout. We are towards the end of the stoppage time, being added on by Yoshimura. And Sasaki. And as Daiki Suga plays the ball forward, the half-time whistle goes in the EDION Peace Wing. Both sides came out with real intent in this game. Lucas Fernandez it was who put the visitors in front after a classy and clinical counter-attack, but the response was immediate. Naota Arai with a very clever finish after some wonderful approach placed by Rio Germain. Both have had chances. The better of the chances, you could say, has probably gone to the visitors. And Lucas Fernandez flashed against the crossbar with a strike. Thiago Andrade had a chance just before half-time as well. But at the interval, it is all square, it's all to play for, and it's anyone's game as well. As the home side look to go top of the J-League right now, we'll have to find our way through, because half-time here in the EDION Peace Wing, the score is Sanfrecce Hiroshima 1, Cerezo Osaka 1. Well, welcome back to the EDION Peace Wing. We've really enjoyed the first half between the home side Sanfrecce Hiroshima, who can go to the top of the J-League this afternoon with a victory against Cerezo Osaka. They haven't had it their own way in this game so far, and they are making a couple of changes for the second half. Soto Nakamura and Tsukasa Shiotani coming on. Naota Arai making way alongside Valeur Germain, who's not really been able to get into the game. And that change means that Arai, the goal scorer, makes way. It also means that Shuto Nakano, who we have seen do so well as a right wing back last season, moves out to his more favoured position, with Shiotani coming on. And a veteran on at the heart of that defence, that back three that was so solid last season. No changes for the visitors. I'm certain that Arthur Papas will be absolutely delighted. Remember, he went into the game today without the injured Shinosuke Hatanaka and Koki Fukui. But they've been really, really outstanding. And of course, Kim coming in goal isn't really what you'd call a backup, given that he's played 600 games for the club. We are underway in the second half. The early ball played by Nakano comes out to Maeda, who tried to dance his way around Shuto Tanaka, but Tanaka doing really well. It's all part of why he's such a good shielder of the defence, is Tanaka. It was part of what really was such a blossoming Consadole side, which was broken up. Look at the players they had. That's nicely done. The ball delivered across goal, but Rio Germain can't quite get there. The idea was good, but it wouldn't come off Soto Nakamura. And coming on today again to try and get a little more attacking penetration. Only a handful of games for the 22-year-old. Only 8 appearances in the Japanese top flight. He's breaking into the side at the end of last season. Throw is long, and all the way through. The header is by Rio Germain and flashes over the top. They'll wonder how he was left unmarked. The most dangerous player in there, and he couldn't keep the header down. What a chance for him. Had all the time in the world to get a good look at it. Confirmation of the two teams going through the bottom of your picture. The two substitutes on there, Shiotani and Nakamura. Here's Maeda. A little ball inside, chance, save. Nakano it was who broke inside the penalty area, and the goalkeeper's reaction was instinctive. The veteran spreading himself well to keep out the effort from Nakano. Five goals from wing-back last season, nearly his first of this campaign. But a couple of chances right at the start of the second half for the home side. That's an important header away by Okuda, and followed by his clearance as well. There were appeals for handball. The ball was kicked up onto his foot. Lucas Fernandez wins the free kick. The referee immediately waved away those appeals that came. Very happy just to wave away the appeals and get on with the game. Well, what an important save that was by Kim. Got down well with his foot, spread himself really, really well to deny Nakano. Just moments in between with the header Over the top by this man there, Rio Germain. Can't control this time. Lovely play by Lucas Fernandez. On by Thiago Andrade. Here's Kitano. The support is arriving. Kitano goes for the return, but it's away by Araki. Can't keep it though. And that is towards Rafael Reitao, who again gets the leap inside the penalty area. Can't quite control the header. Well, both sides a threat at the start of this second half inside the first 5 minutes. Two big chances for the home side. That's Okuda. This is Nishiu. That's a really strong challenge by Araki. Thiago Andrade. Pulling the ball back, but just giving Nakajima a little too much to do. The goalkeeper came and nearly made a mess of it. Didn't look as though there was much on as the ball was played forward. It looked as though we'd be comfortable. Rafael Reitao came from nowhere. Well, Sako relieved in the end. The ball ends up behind for a corner. Again, we're going to see Nishiu and Shindo make their way inside the penalty area. Tanaka is in there as well. Lucas Fernandez will take the corner. Hammered into the near post where there's a number of Hiroshima players to clear the ball away. Noborizato. Kitano. Thiago Andrade. He did well to get in the way of the cross. Nakano, the flags up anyway against the Brazilian. Had quite the reputation when he made the move over to the MLS in America and went to New York City FC. It would be a pathway to European football as he joined what is part of the Manchester City football group. His path went in a different direction to China and then to Japan. Kitano. Araki able to watch the ball come across him and go back to his goalkeeper, Osaka. Satoshi Tanaka. Sasaki. Well, they've worked really, really hard out of possession, haven't they, Cerezo today? They win the ball back there again. It's a good turnover for them. Lucas Fernandez can't keep it. Again, though, they step in to win the ball back so quickly. Well, it's been part of their makeup today. Noborizato. Tanaka was caught, play goes on as Kitano made the challenge. Forward it goes, super take by Maeda. Here's Germain, Maeda won't get there. Cleared away well by The man coming across to make the challenge here was Shindo. Helping out defensively. An important intervention from him. Clever little back heel, but Shindo watching the danger, dealing with it. Nakano with the long throw. Gets it a little too flat this time, away by Thiago Andrade. Lifted back into the mix by Shiotani. Rafael Leitao, here's Lucas Fernandez. That's a really good challenge by Satoshi Tanaka. On the way through for Nakamura. Kawabe bringing the ball down. Didn't quite get the range right there. It's Shiotani. And here comes the first change for the visitors. We're going to take off Noborizato, the left back, and replace him with Nico Takahashi, 19-year-old who will step onto the field. And he's a very bright young talent. He's Nico Takahashi. And coming on for what is his fifth appearance in the colours of Cerezo. Daiki Suga. Well, crowded out by a combination of Okuda and Lucas Fernandez. It's going to be a yellow card as well for a little clip of the heels. Lucas Fernandez it was who was just caught. Rio Germain has a ping at goal and forces the save. Really good reaction from Kim. Did get a good sight of it, got down really well. And third change for the home side. Suga it is who will make way. And on to replace him comes Shunki Higashi, who was the holder of the shirt until the signing of Suga last season. Higashi comes on. Probably seen more as an out-and-out attacking player, the 24-year-old. Here's the corner delivered, and it's headed away well by Ryosuke Shindo. Tanaka's header. And again, Nakano stepping in. There's a couple of changes coming for the visitors again in a moment. And Masaya Shibayama will come on, another of the young talent that they brought in from Omiya a couple of years ago. Will be the first that we see. This is Ryo Germain. Maeda on. Helped forward by Tanaka. Just a little too heavy for Nakano. Satoshi Tanaka getting them moving again. We're approaching the hour mark in the Peace Wing. Shiotani. Get the ball back here. Back with Kim once again. It's a heck of a challenge, very physical. Hurt himself in the process. Here's Kawabe. A little reverse ball, but once again, Shunta Tanaka situated himself absolutely perfectly. Here comes the counter-attack. Thiago Andrade. He goes beyond Rafael Hatao. There's the turn. And here's the pace. Real injection of it. Ryo Germain. Support arriving. The strike is well wide of the target. Well, they've been very much on the front foot since the start of the second half. Higashi's effort flashing wide there. Here come the changes that we told you about a moment or two ago, with Shibayama coming on, and Shion Homa will come on to replace Lucas Fernandez. Homa, who has stepped up to the bench today, having not been involved in midweek. The 24-year-old on loan from Urawa. And Shion Homa, who went over to Belgium with Club Brugge 3 years ago, and I didn't really work for him in Belgium, so back in Japan. Dynamic little midfielder. It's a foul on Nakano by Rafael Hatao. Little word in passing for the Brazilian. Won't come for Ryo Germain. Well, interesting changes. Thiago Andrade and Lucas Fernandez making way. And Shion Homa on the left-hand side. Tanaka. Takahashi forward for Homa. Always played forward looking for the run, but Shunta Tanaka isn't one who was going to be able to get on the end of that. It was well over hit. And Shibayama and Homa offer just something a little different, and that's what they offer. More of what we've seen so far, which is just that massive amount of work that they've got through. And probably a little sharper, a little more dynamic than Lucas Fernandez. That's not a slight on Lucas Fernandez at all, who contributed massively to this game so far. Buzzing little player, Shibayama. Homa does really well, carries the ball a long way, and the effort was by Nakajima, just running away from goal. Lovely run by the substitute. He just had to snatch at the shot a little as the challenge came in. He couldn't control it, couldn't get it on target. Well, here comes another change for the home side, and one that we would be expecting, as Mutsuki Kato comes on to play against his former club. This is his third season since signing for Sanfrecce, after coming into the top flight with Cerezo in 2021. 2.5 years a Cerezo player before Sanfrecce signed him midway through that campaign. I responded with 13 goals so far in the colours of Sanfrecce Hiroshima. 9 in his first full season with the club last season. This, of course, his second full season with the club. That, of course, after he really did make a name for himself at Kanazawa in J2. Nakano with a long throw. The header was by Araki. It was a little wild. Shibayama. And Paul looking for Rafael Hoitao. Really well won header by Shindo. That's nice. And it breaks for Sota Kitano. Header away by Araki. Nicely done by the substitute Takahashi. Tanaka, Takahashi, Homa. And the cross charge down by Kato. As we approach the final quarter of this game, it's the visitors who had to weather a storm at the start of the second half, who have a corner. Is this to be a decisive moment in this game? Shibayama with the corner. 4 set up very, very deep. They all break now. Oh, and the header in the end was probably not as difficult as Shindo made it look. He seemed to get in front of his man and then just sent a glancing header away from goal. That was the first goal. Lucas Fernandez, 15 minutes of the game gone. 2 minutes later, the leveller came. By Naoto Arai. And we've not had a goal since, despite there being a number of chances for both sides, the better of which came in the first half for Cerezo. In the second, the better of which have come to the home side, Sanfrecce Hiroshima, who could go top with a win today, remember. Does it count for much at this stage of the season? But they do mean business, the home side. Shion Homa's ball won't find Kitano. Rio Germain with the ball. And Naoto Arai squeezing it in that near post past the goalkeeper. Kim couldn't quite get down. 2 goals in the space of, what, 2.5 minutes. We've not had a goal since. And we are 20 minutes away. Well, I say from the full-time whistle. We're not, because, of course, there will be a few minutes to add on. Once again, opportunity presents itself. The corner comes in. Now they're appealing for handball as it was met. It was a little unorthodox the way that it was cleared. There's the delivery again, right round the back, but it's a little too long. No chance at all to get on the end of it. Just for a moment, I think that Mikko Skibber would have thought that Nakamura, the substitute, could have done something with it, but it just flew over the top of him. It still feels as though this game could go either way. The home side have been the better side in the second half. They've controlled more of the game in the second half. And Kim away, out towards Nishiu. Again, good hustling by Kato to make the challenge. And he says he'd always be grateful to Cerezo because they were the team that gave him the opportunity to play in the Japanese top flight. Here he is again, lovely first touch. It's not a bad second one as well. Nakano. Shiotani. Here's Sasaki. Higashi. Araki. The pass was a little short from Shiotani. No way through for Shibayama, the substitute. Oh, it's beautiful from Higashi. Nakamura crosses long and early towards Kato. Rio Germain with a lovely first touch. The strike was by Kawabe, was well charged down. It needed to be. Hit it that hard, the block was that hard. It appears the ball has been punctured. So Nakano's reaction straight away was like, we can't play with that. Kawabe's effort, caught it beautifully. A really good block by Nishiu. There you go, get a little bit of air in it, check the weight. Get some air back in it, or that one might be heading off for the Well, they won't even bother with a repair yard, it'll just go in the bin. Recycling, of course. Sasaki. That's nice. Rio Germain. Lovely play to hold on to the ball. What a tackle that is, though. Nishiu just won't let him go. That won't come through to Kato. Well, by Kitano. Here's Rafael Reitao. Shiotani just puts his foot through it. And Sasaki and co have been aware of the threat that Cerezo have had in this game. Mashida Zelvia have picked up a point earlier in the day. They are now top of the pile. Should Sanfrecce win this game, they will go top. But there's a long way between now and full time and winning this game. They're all square at the moment. Cerezo Osaka are giving as good as they've got. And they have done throughout this game. That's nicely done by Shionoma. That's a lovely little ball. And the effort, just bending away from Osaka's right hand upright, was by Kitano. No back lift at all, just got the shot away so quickly. Just dragged it a fraction. Did win in back-to-back years here in 2020 and 2021. Ryosuke Shindo it was who scored the only goal here. And going on for 4 years ago, a 1-0 win. They won here 2-1 the year before. Sasaki had put through his own net. Fujita had added a second. Douglas Vieira pulled one back, but not enough. That's nice from Homer again, but Shiotani in the way. And he's able to clear his lines. The old stager wasn't to be outfoxed by the youngster. Homer's ball again. Shibayama. Well, looking for a ball that wasn't there. Shibayama and Kitano just wandered in field. Well, over 25,000 in the EDION Peace Wing. As we say, this wonderful new stadium, it's a couple of thousand shy of what would be the capacity. You can see the areas that are kept clear, though. It is just about full. Opened just over a year ago. On their first visit here last season to this wonderful new arena. 2 Tolgay Arslan goals won the game for Sanfrecce. Well, they certainly won't today. Tolgay Arslan, of course, recovering from knee surgery and set to be out, we expect, all season. It's been one of those injuries that's just been put down as wishing well, and he'll be back when he's back. Such a blow to lose him. He arrived in the summer transfer window To great acclaim, it must be said. 8 goals in 10 starts, having made the move from Melbourne. But a player with such great reputation. Played in the Bundesliga with Hamburg, Beşiktaş and Fenerbahçe in Turkey, and then Udinese in Serie A. You see his quality as soon as he arrived. They lost him at the end of February in that game at Shimizu. That's a yellow card for that challenge for Nakano. Well, despite the wagging finger, very little complaint from Shuto Nakano. And here come some more changes. Well, Sota Kitano will not be adding to his 4 J-League goals because Vito Bueno is going to come on to replace him, and Hinato Kida is going to replace Rafael Hetao. Technically the other way around, Vito Bueno will come on as the forward, and Kida will come on in midfield. Kida, of course, another of those who's come through the ranks at Cerezo Osaka, born and bred. Vito Bueno comes from Monte Alto in Brazil. The 30-year-old into his 2nd season with the club, mainly came off the bench last season. Contributed 3 J-League goals. There's the backup to Leo Serra. He's on now for the final 10 minutes plus whatever time is added on in a game that's flowed really well. We've hardly seen the medical team of either side, really. It's a game that we've just been able to get on with. The referee has done a really good job as well, Yoshi Imamura. Header by Nakano. Well, they had a real go at the start of the second half, did the home side, and looked as though they were going to score at any moment. They didn't get one. And now, in this final 10 minutes, the game could go either way. Takahashi with a header away. Here's Shiotani. On the evidence of this game, it's hard to know why Cerezo have had a difficult start to the season that they've had. An important victory against Fagiano in midweek maybe has just relit the fire. And Skibber's side finding it difficult now. The chances have become much more at a premium than they were earlier. And the other side wants to lose it. The attempt at a touch forward was by Nakajima. That was a challenge by Takahashi. You see that Tanaka is suggesting that it was played for. Wasn't much contact, was there? Nakano and Nico Takahashi tussling for the ball. We talked about Nico Takahashi and a man who was born in Barcelona and spent his formative years as part of the famed La Masia Academy. That's a lovely little touch. Won't come down for Kato though. Away, downfield by Shibayama. Sasaki. Will run harmlessly through to the goalkeeper, Kim. Ever present last season, and having come on as a substitute in the last game, albeit for the last minute of it. He's played in every game so far this season as well. He was replaced by the former Machida goalkeeper Koki Fukui for that last game, that victory against Fagiano. Rio Germain chasing, and will get there. Takahashi thought he'd done enough to nick the ball. Well, they couldn't be getting behind their side any more than they had here in the EDION Peace Wing. A great amount of noise right now as Nakano throws the ball long. It's going to come all the way through, driven back across goal, and it's in. There was a cluster of players in there all trying to fight for the ball, and it goes the way of the home side. Kim is beaten, and it's a really significant goal. The long throw comes down to Nakamura, and Araki, right on the goal line, is there to turn the ball home. They'll be hoping he stayed onside as it was drilled back across goal, but he did well to hold off the attentions of Nishiu and to turn the ball home. And now they're just going to check whether or not it's going to count. Well, Araki it was. Well, as we say, it was very, very tight. And over to VAR we go to see whether or not it is going to count. The naked eye suggested he might have just been offside. We'll see the replay momentarily. Just watch now as the ball comes back across. It was Araki who got the flick. Now there. Wow, that's tight, isn't it? It might be the right shoulder of the defender that plays him on. It also depends who got a touch in the middle as well. Well, there's a couple of phases to look at here. At the moment, Araki has scored in the 86th minute of the game. Michael Skibber is looking at the replay himself. Arthur Papas is unsure. The referee's just waiting to hear from the VAR booth, where Takafumi Mikuria is having a really good look at this now. As the ball comes down now, that's where the ball is drilled there. Now that's mighty tight. Was there a second touch there? Because if there was, well, he might have been ahead of the last man. Mutsuki Kato is the player in the middle. Now you're going to have to look to see if it comes off Kato here. It doesn't look like it, does it? It looks like it comes off the defender. Araki did well to get the ball off his knee and turn the ball home. I wouldn't be wanting to be making this decision. He's not making this decision either. It's over to Takafumi Mikuria and Yoshikazu Matsuzawa, who are in the VAR booth. And it might take some time to work this one out because there's all sorts of involvement. And Araki is able to celebrate. Michael Skibber's side have the lead. That's the decisive moment. My, oh my, that's as tight as can be. The lines were actually overlapping. And because they were touching each other, even though he might have just been fractionally offside, the goal is given, due to the fact that the lines were going over the top of each other. Sanfrecce had the lead late. They might have not just the lead in this game, but the lead in the J-League as well. Shiotani lashes the ball into the sky. Mutsuki Kato. We're in the final minute of the 90, but there will be lengthy additional time now because of the VAR check, which took going on for 3 minutes. Kato again. Nakano will hold the ball in the corner and will win a corner for his side. This is how they won so many games last season. They did it so well. Well, they'd love to get a third. There's 7 minutes of stoppage time, by the way. There's too long to go and stand with the ball by the corner flag, that's for sure. And so Higashi will take the corner. And it comes all the way through, where it's smashed away by Shibayama. That was Rio Germain jumping for the ball. This is Nakano. Trying to win another corner. Higashi is with him. Throw goes the way of the visitors. And Takahashi will try and get them moving downfield. Rio Germain. Can't keep the ball in play. The clock ticking though. Well, 5 minutes of the 7 additional minutes remain. Tanaka and co have got to try and find something in stoppage time if they are to rescue what they will feel is a deserved point from this game. Takahashi. Tanaka again. Tanaka drills the ball across, but nothing doing for him. Well, this is the goal. Araki got the flick, a cross goal there, and it broke for Araki to turn the ball home. To much jubilation and euphoria amongst the Sanfrecce players. As they say, you just tick off the wins game after game. Rio Germain. Good challenge on him. That will be a foul by the big forward. Not that he will agree with the referee's decision. We are at the moment midway through the 7 minutes that have been added on. Okuda. This is Shindo. How much more have Cerezo got in the tank here? They're making ground here with Shionhama. That's a lovely touch. And then the challenge, the referee has a look and he went down looking for the penalty. Di Vito Bueno. Now the flag has gone up for earlier in the move. Just wonder if they'll check the offside and check the challenge on Vito Bueno before we resume here. And Vito Bueno went down, asked for a penalty. And Naota Arai is very relaxed and very calm down there. I'm not certain those out on the field are. The play resumes with Nakano's flick. Here's Kato now. A good hustle by Nishiu to win the ball. Okuda. Ryo Nishiu. Oh, they're being patient still. They're going to have to inject some urgency into their game. Takahashi is trying to do that now. Here he is. Shionhama found him. It's a good challenge by Shiotani. A little layoff was by Shibayama, but won't find a white shirt. Tanaka wins the ball back. Not going anywhere quick there. Good hustling by Sanfrecce. What Cerezo have done well all game is won the ball back. Now the shoe is on the other foot. Kato did ever so well to win the ball. It's a good challenge though on Rio Germain. Shionhama wins the throw, and all of a sudden the 7 minutes is almost up. They've played these last few minutes brilliantly of the home side. Okuda. Will the referee let them go on beyond the 7 minutes, or will he just bring the match to a close? A look at the watch from the referee. And he brings this one to a conclusion. Late heroics for Mikhail Skiba's side give them a priceless 3 points. Ayato Araki, a big leader at the heart of their defence, coming up trumps with the winning goal. 4 minutes from time. It took a lengthy VAR check to confirm it. It was such a tight offside decision, but the decision went Araki's way, and it means that Sanfrecce win again and go up to 17 points at the top of the J-League. And it looks like they mean business again this season, just like last season when they went so close to winning the title, losing it on the final day. Another big win for Mikhail Skiba's side. Sanfrecce Hiroshima 2, Cerezo Osaka 1. Well, they trailed in this game, this Sanfrecce. They trailed only for a couple of minutes after Lucas Fernandez had put the visitors in front with a cracking counter-attacking goal. But Naota Arai levelling the game up within a couple of minutes with a really good finish. It was. We saw him depart at half-time. But Sho Sasaki led his side on in that second half. They had lots of chances at the start of the second half. Then they started to die out a little, and you wondered if Cerezo would see that as an opportunity to go on and win the game. But as it was Araki who would pop up 4 minutes from time as Nakamura's ball was played back across goal. A little touch off his knee and then stabbing the ball home from no more than half a metre out and winning the game for the home side. That's why he's all smiles down there right now, and why the Sanfrecce Hiroshima players are all smiles, because they have another vital victory. And after one win in 4 games, it's back-to-back victories now, and it's back-to-back victories against the league leaders and against Cerezo, who played really well in the game, it must be said, but probably the reason they find themselves struggling where they do. Let's hear from the match winner, Hayato Araki.
荒木隼人選手です。おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
最後の最後に劇的ゴールでした。どんなお気持ちですか？
いやー、もう本当にやばいだろって最高な気持ちですね。
ゴールシーンですが、混戦の中押し込みました。あのシーン振り返ってもらえますか？
はい、普段から中野にはファーに流れたら俺にぶつけるんだって、それをソータに伝えろって言ってたんで。